A historic night in Wisconsin left us with a split race in two top races, senator and governor.
And that's a first since the Jim Doyle era and leaves a spotlight on potentially tens of thousands of ticket splitters. Naomi Kowles is back at the map board to explain. Naomi?
So the first thing to notice here, what you're looking at behind me, this is the Senate result map where Ron Johnson won. Now, Ron Johnson won with more than 65,000 votes than Tim Michels had. Of course, we know Tim Michels lost to Governor Evers. So where are those votes coming from? How do we end up with this kind of split result? I'll show you an example of how. If we move back up here, I've got both the governor map, that's at the top, the result map, and the Senate map below. So if we're going to zoom in on, let's just take Dane County. Dane County produces tens of thousands of votes for Republicans, even though it's a blue county. So if we look at the votes that Tim Michels got here, he got about 62,000 votes, or 20% of the vote. If we scroll down here to Dane County on the Senate map, at this point, 68,000 votes, 22% of the vote. Now that's a difference of 6,000 votes. So how do we get to 65,000? Well, that's the story we see replicated around the entire state. I went through county after county after county on this map everywhere. Ron Johnson was pulling about 2, 3, sometimes 4 more points than Michels was. Now what that amounts to, it's 6,000 votes here, it's 6,000 votes in Milwaukee, it's 6,000 votes in Waukesha, it's 4,000 votes in Ozaukee, in Green Bay, and that's replicated around the state. Those are ticket splitters, and I think it says a lot about where the future of the Republican Party is going. What explains this? I did talk to an analyst to kind of help break down the issue.
Inside the state, I think we're seeing some real structural changes. We've had 4 cycles now where there's been this kind of steady erosion in the suburbs around Milwaukee and the suburbs around Madison. That's a structural change. That's under Republican presidents, Democratic presidents. That's significant, just like the Democratic erosion in the northern and western halves of Wisconsin.
So I want to talk about the erosion real quick. That's what Craig Gilbert just referenced. Now, this is not a results map that we're looking at now. This is a map I built showing every county where Tim Michels picked up points from Walker in 2018. Those are all shown in red. Counties where he did even compared to Walker, those are counties shown in yellow. And then counties where he lost points compared to Walker, those are shown in blue. Now, I think this map tells the obvious story of that erosion. He's losing points that Walker had in the very populous in Milwaukee, in the suburbs. He's losing points in the Fox Valley area. He's losing points in Dane County. All of that amounts to that erosion that we're talking about in the most populous areas of the state. So those blue counties amount to almost 2/3 of the population in Wisconsin. Craig Gilbert also mentioned the erosion in rural Wisconsin. We also saw that as well. Michels did pick up points in rural Wisconsin. It just wasn't enough to eke out a win. Eric, back to you.